Hello, Internet, and welcome to 2017. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's celebrate with a new Bazzle spot, eh? Why not? I have been, moving house. I've been doing all sorts of stuff, actually. So, apologies for the lack of uploads lately. But I'm back, I'm here, and I've got a new team as well. My thing's up there too. Okay, so this new team, I've been laddering, reasonably successfully on Showdown. It's fun, it's interesting, it's got some different things on it. More importantly, it is colourful as well, and you're about to see it right now. So here it is. I've done a few games on here, but the rating on here is still pretty low after last week's or whenever it was before New Year's videos with the London team. That's what I'm trying to say. But let's see if we can pick some music. Hopefully we're going to get some good games and we can show off some of the tricks that this team has got because, Delmise is not something that you normally see. And Ninetales. Ninetales is actually really common now. And Incineroar. Now, Incineroar I think is actually really overlooked. I think Incineroar is actually a pretty good Pokemon. Delmise, well, this is a pretty interesting set, so we'll see if it can do anything at some point in this. But maybe not here because it's got a lot of Hail and Marowak and all the rest of it going on too. But Hail is an issue because, and Ninetales in general, I suppose, because it is faster than Butterfree. It does mean that it'll break the sash and do all the rest of it, so that I can't. Well, I suppose he hasn't got Tapu Lele on his side, so I will be able to do something with Butterfree. So maybe I could go with Butterfree here. Tapu Lele because if he led with two things faster, one of them being Tapu Lele, I wouldn't be able to fake out and all the rest of it. He has got the Tapu Koko there, so I would have to think twice about doing that. So maybe Butterfree isn't the way to go, but what would be the way to go? What is the way to go? Maybe Delmise is going to do something here. You know what? I'm going to go with RAICHU, and I'm going to go with Delmise. And that sounds really stupid, doesn't it? But, you'll see. You'll see. And we'll go with Tapu Lele, and we'll go with Incineroar as well. Incineroar is very nice. It beats, like, Celesteela and Marowak. That sort of little core. Which actually isn't as common as it used to be. But, I don't know. Let's see how we go here. You might have seen the item on Delmise there. It is EV to take some hits. So we'll see what they can do here. Ninetales, though, does normally carry the Focus Sash, so that is, not the nicest thing. But actually, he doesn't even lead with Ninetales. Okay, well, this is definitely interesting. He could switch the Xurkitree into Ninetales and go for a Blizzard on his Glaceon. I can kind of see that coming. I did bring my Tapu Lele as well, so I could maybe go for like a switch into Tapu Lele and a Shattered Psyche into Glaceon, which I would imagine should knock it out. Glaceon is pretty bulky though, isn't it? So don't really know my Glaceon calculations too well there. Xurkitree, so I'm kind of sort of assuming Xurkitree is going to switch out here as well, which might not be the best assumption, but I think I am just going to go for the Shattered Psyche into the Glaceon, and if I've got time, which hopefully I do, bring in the Tapu Lele for the Delmise. So we'll see. Yeah, so I'm thinking Ninetales is probably going to come in here. Yeah, just because he wants his accurate Blizzard. It might be a Scarfed Glaceon. You never know. But even still, Delmise might be able to take some Blizzards quite nicely, but it would much rather not if it doesn't have to. So we'll see if it is a choice Scarf Glaceon here or not. So, no, I guess it isn't. So, I guess the next thing we'll see is if a Shattered Psyche will knock the Glaceon out or not. If it does, then that would be a massive bonus for us. If it doesn't, then we're going to be taking a Blizzard. It has got a very high special attack stat, so, we'll see, won't we? But, here we go. Shattered Psyche. Pretty cool name, Shattered Psyche, isn't it? Yeah, he does take it out. Nice one. Good. So, 2017, turn 1, called it right. Yes. And that's all we've got time for. Goodbye. Alright, so So we know he's got circuitry. Ninetales, the sash is always very awkward. It is always awkward, the sash. And he's actually bringing in his Tapu Koko, so he's getting rid of my Psychic Terrain, but he's basically making my Raichu the fastest thing on the field here. My Tapu Lele is Scarfed as well, so knowing he's got the circuitry in the back, I mean, Tapu Koko can't really do too much to Delmise, so I'm not that worried about it. What can Tapu Koko do here? I mean, they can go for a Dazzling Gleam. It's not going to be one-shotting anything, is it? So I'm actually going to go for a now boosted Thunderbolt onto Ninetales and a Moon Blast, I do believe. Do you think a Dazzling Gleam would take it out? Because a Dazzling Gleam would be nice too, but no, I'm just gonna play it safe. This Tapu Lele isn't like modest max special attack at all, so yeah, a Dazzling Gleam might have taken it out from there, but I just want to play it safe and make sure the Moonblast does knock it out, because now we're basically down to a position where he's got his Tapu Koko and circuitry. I could maybe switch Tapu Lele out and get rid of his electric terrain in the future. That is definitely something I could consider. But yeah, I mean, I haven't got a Tapu Koko on my team, so if my opponent uses Tapu Koko, then I can kind of take advantage of that as well. Now, I've not lost anything yet. I've got Incineroar, I've got Delmise. Circuitry, I'm not too worried about it going for a like a Tail Glow, because I have got Encore on this Raichu. I really could just sort of Moonblast and Psychic into the Tapu Koko, couldn't I? Or even the circuitry. And the circuitry, you know, so in my mind I'm thinking which of these two is most likely to not have Protect. I mean, they both might have Protect, but circuitry might be Scarfed. So what I'm going to do is, because I am in the terrain, I am faster, I'm going to go for a double into the circuitry. Now I think this should knock it out. Yeah, and Tapu Lele, I'm pretty sure is naturally faster than circuitry. So because I am a Scarfed Tapu Lele, I will be faster than his, Scarfed circuitry. So doubling into that. Wonderful, and we've still got Delmise and Incineroar in the back, and yeah, the game is pretty much won at this point, so feeling pretty good. So game one, it's gone well, yes, but there's a long way to go yet, Barry. We've only just started the year. We'll put Delmise back out. We'll see what it can do. You probably just saw I've got a very cheeky moveset on this Delmise. It is Assault Vested, which I'm sure you probably have either seen or guessed by now. This Delmise has got a very interesting move. I'm not going to use it here because there's no need really, but I'm just going to go for a Psychic, and I hope he doesn't forfeit here, because I don't think I've ever actually seen the animation for Anchor Shot. So please don't forfeit. He forfeits. Oh well, maybe one day we'll get to see the Anchor Shot animation, but yeah, I didn't get to show my fourth Pokemon there, so yeah, it's always nice if we're like repaired in the future or whatever. But yeah, let's carry on. Let's march forth into the battle spot and see if we can get someone else. See if we can start climbing the ladder, which would be nice, wouldn't it? I mean, yep, here we go. We've got a pretty poor rating, to be honest, on battle spot right now, but it is what it is, isn't it? It doesn't really matter too much. I suppose if we get higher, then we get some better opponents, which would be nice as well. But yeah, still can't believe they did the European International Championship 2 weeks after the games came out. The team that I used on Bazzle spot before the new year really was not tournament ready at all, as you saw. As we can still see with this rating now. So. Oh well, I mean this team right here is probably not tournament ready either, but it's a bit more fun and it's a bit more colourful, so I like it. So this guy, he didn't have a very high rating, but he's got a very threatening looking team. Yeah, like a very threatening looking team indeed. So like, yeah, he's got items on everything. Why is this person so down on the rankings. So I don't know. Muck is an issue potentially. What can we do? Arcanine is a bit of an issue really as well. I mean, one of the problems with this team is that normally when I want to take Gyarados, it is for an Arcanine, but Arcanine is naturally faster, and if it's offensive, can and probably will have Wild Charge as well. So I think Gyarados is maybe a weak link to this team. I think that's something that I'll maybe want to look at in the future. But I don't know. I suppose the Intimidate's nice and all the rest of it too, but he's got his own Raichu, so let's try and think about how we're going to do this. My own Tapu Lele could be quite nice here, actually. Tapu Lele and... do I want my own Raichu? I mean, I guess I need to pick some things pretty quickly, don't I? I'm going to go with Incineroar. This is a pretty interesting setup that I'm going with here. Okay, so yeah, I'm not going to take either Raichu or Butterfree, which doesn't normally happen. What did I lead in the last game? I didn't use Butterfree in the last game either, did I? Oh, okay. So normally I use Butterfree quite a bit, as I'm sure you can see. This is like Raichu Butterfree is the new Lipid Brillium, obviously. But yeah, we've got an interesting way to start the game here. Muck, I don't know. I suppose if he doubles into my Incineroar, then that could be bad. But he's probably just going to go for a poison jab into the Tapu Lele. I'm not really enjoying this position. I suppose what we can do to prevent the double up is knocking out his Muck first. So I'm going to go for a Moonblast Flare Blitz, or will Dazzling Gleam Flare Blitz get it? You know what? I have faith that a Dazzling Gleam Flare Blitz will get it. I have faith in you, Incineroar. This is a Life Orb Flare Blitz, actually. And something... Okay, well, this isn't going to take it out, is he? But at least it's not doubling up into any of my Pokemon. So I don't mind that too much, as long as his Muck doesn't protect. If the Muck does... excuse me. If the Muck does protect, then I could have got a Swords Dance, which is something you might have seen on the moveset there. I mean, this is still probably going to be reasonably close, but yeah, it's not gonna do it. And I'm probably going to be losing my Tapu Lele here. Yeah, he's poison jabbing into the Lele. Okay, so I can bring in my Gyarados now. Get the Intimidate on both of these Pokemon. And this is what I was talking about. I don't know what sort of Arcanine this is. If it's a bulky one, then I'm alright here. If it is an offensive one with Wild Charge, then I'm not okay here. He has got a Raichu on his team, so does he really need an extra electric attack? I'm not sure. So what do I do here? The Muck is kind of threatened. I mean, I'm kind of expecting some defensive switching here, so I'm actually going to be pretty reckless and go for a double setup here, hoping we're not going to see a Wild Charge. And there's the Wild Charge. Okay, so it doesn't actually knock us out. It is intimidated, which is obviously why. We are in the Psychic Terrain, but he could still go for an Extreme Speed because Gyarados is not grounded. But we got all our setups, didn't we? So we're at +1/+1 on Gyarados, and we're at +1 now on the Incineroar. How likely is it that he's got Extreme Speed? And if he does, will it even knock us out? I mean, it's not going to knock us out, is he? The Wild Charge did that much damage, and that's a ×4 effective move. Yeah. Extreme Speed will not knock out my Gyarados. Although he could Shadow Sneak as well. He could be a bit sneaky there, yeah. I'm actually going to go for a Waterfall, into the Arcanine, and A Flare Blitz, yeah, really simple moves here. But I've done my setup, I've done my Sword Stance, I've done my Dragon Dance. I don't need to try and be greedy here. Nothing's going to want to take any of these moves on the switch in. So, yeah, let's do this. Come on then, Mr. Red and Black Cat. I do think Incineroar is very overlooked. I mean, when people realise that it can't intimidate, I think people just kind of forgot it and all the rest of it. But I do think it's very nice. I have seen some people using Assault Vest Incineroar, which I think is pretty good. It is a very bulky Pokemon actually. It's a very threatening Pokemon too. But did we see this Tapu Lele do anything? I think it just switched out turn 1, didn't it? Gyarados is at +1 speed. We have got Ice Fang as well. Incineroar is at neutral now. We're still not in a brilliant position. I mean, we have got Delmise, which will just one-shot his Tapu Lele. What do we do here? I think I protect the Gyarados. He might protect his Salamence, but then again, I don't want his Salamence to sort of Dragon Dance or do anything like that. Incineroar, we're at neutral here. I'm going to Darkest Lariat the Salamence. I do think he's probably going to Moonblast into the Incineroar, and I don't think it'll survive it. But I don't think an Ice Fang is going to knock... Well, it's not, is it? Going to knock out his... oh, okay. It's not Hydro Pump. Okay. Well, we got a little bit lucky there, I suppose. What I'm trying to say is I don't think Ice Fang is going to knock out his Salamence from full, because we are at neutral, but now it definitely will. I mean, yeah, that's the problem with Hydro Pump. It does miss. If he hit the Incineroar there, we'd get the switch into Delmise, and then what would we do? We would probably double into the Salamence, an Ice Fang and Power Whip, I suppose, into the Salamence, or not Power Whip, Anchor Shot into the Salamence, and hopefully knock that out. And the Delmise is Assault Vested. It can take quite a lot of special attacks. An Anchor Shot would just knock out the Tapu Lele there too. So the game still is not over, but we're in a slightly better position now. So I'm going to Ice Fang the Salamence, and I'm going to Flare Blitz the Tapu Lele. He might protect the Salamence here. No. Oh, he's actually Scarfed. Well, oh dear. Didn't see that one coming. Should have seen that one coming, because we saw the Moonblast come before the Hydro Pump the first turn, didn't we? Okay, so kind of got ahead of myself there. Because it is locked into Moonblast, I suppose this Salamence will have Fire Blast as well, so it's down to you, Delmise. Can you do this? We're going to, well, okay, Phantom Force goes through Protect, and I do need to knock out the Salamence. So if I Anchor Shot into the Salamence here, and he protects the Salamence, he'll be getting some extra stuff going. So I think I'm going to Phantom Force Salamence here, because that does guarantee it will go through his Protect. I will get that knocked out. I have got to take a Fire Blast or a Flamethrower here, though, unfortunately. But I have faith. I have faith in you, Delmise. Oh, I did a lot of damage. Oh, dear. Okay, I think I've just lost my faith in Delmise, unfortunately. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. Oh, dear. So this, I mean, I think Delmise will survive this, but it's not going to survive the Moonblast coming up the next turn, is it? So, ooh, well, there we go. Delmise survived it, and it is going to get to knock out the Salamence here, but unfortunately, we're just going to go down to a Moonblast on the turn that we pop back up, or the turn after the turn we pop back up. So yeah, there you go. This is why I went for the Phantom Force, because it does go through Protect. There you go, boom. But unfortunately, yeah. I mean, that Moonblast did do quite a lot of damage actually to Delmise. It did about like 30-35%, didn't it? Yeah, if yeah, I don't know. If he didn't have the Z move, then like a Draco Meteor still would have done a lot of damage. A Fire Blast would have done a lot of damage as well. Interesting that he did protect the Salamence there, because if I did target the Tapu Lele with the Phantom Force, I would have knocked it out. His Salamence might not have had any 100% accurate moves if it did have like Draco Meteor, Fire Blast, and Hydro Pump. So maybe a little bit questionable, but I can't criticize, can I? Because I just lost. So there you go. But we kind of split it 50-50. Honestly, I'm a bit disappointed about that last game, but it is what it is. I'll watch the replay and see how I could have played it better, because there's always turns where you can play it better. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this. That is the most important thing. Hope you've got something from it. So thank you, and please like and share and do a lot. Goodbye for now. Thank you.